Hey guys, Keith with Lightline Fishing. Are you going fishing today? Let me show you what you should do before you ever leave the house. Stay with us. All right, guys, we got the computer set up. So I've already downloaded the Google Earth Pro, and I have the Navionics on the computer. So the first thing I'm going to do, go into a new lake, or even the lake that I've fished for almost 15, 20 years. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, this is Google Earth Pro. Now you can see this shows the lake, the current last picture they had. So what I'm going to do is look where I'm putting in, which is going to be right here. I'm going to be putting in that spot right there. Now, the reason I like to use the Google Earth Pro, which I've been turned on to by a couple different other YouTubers, Johnny Fished a Moment, love him, he's a great guy, and Hank over at Bass Geek, great guys. And they're the ones that actually helped me turn me on to doing this for fishing. It's like I would never thought of it. But you get to the taskbar up here at top, and I believe it's this one right here. Earth and Sky, no, there it is. Show, let's see. I'm gonna try to get it as close to where you can see it. See this one right where it's that icon right there? Show historical imagery using this. You click on that, and that gives you that little time bar. Okay, so you can go back, and because I know this lake, I can go back to 7/29. They have little boxes. If you look real close, you can see the little boxes. That's different dates that they have on there that you could click, and this shows my lake way down. You can see all the shoreline, and it gives you all the nice little look at the points right there that you got, all these little points right in here that you can see that come out in the water. They're underwater. Okay, so this time of year the bass are getting ready to set up to start spawning. So what I'm looking for is, my lake runs north and south, and you always get a northwest wind that runs this way. So you got protected pockets back here, little coves, where they're blocked from the wind, but they get a lot of sunlight all on this shoreline. And if we zoom in a little bit on this creek bed right here, or this little arm, you can see there's a little creek right there that runs in there, little creek channel, and it runs all the way through right in here, which is perfect. And look at all that flat right there. All this is spawning flats. That's what you're looking for. The bass are going to spawn up there, especially where the water's up over 6 foot. That means that water's going to be clear up, probably way up in here is where that water's going to be, is up that high. Okay, so, and then if you look back off a little bit, and that's the thing about it, is right now you don't know what the water temperature around 50 degrees. That's what I know it's sitting at. They could still be sitting out right offshore, right in here. And these secondary points, right where I have that marked as a little horseshoe, because that's what it looks like, a little horseshoe. I have that spot marked to go look at it and try fishing it. They could be off over on this point. They could be right off this point. And you can see that it's a long underwater point right here. This is a great area to start off fishing, and you could just make the round. Start off offshore out here, working your crankbaits and your jigs and your swim baits, and then just work yourself way on here with maybe some throwing some square bills and some spinner baits all the way around, just working that, and then go back over and do it again, because the bass cycle every couple of hours. They got to feed. So that's just different spots. Like you can see some of these. This is great imaging where you could see all the underwater points that you won't see when the lake's at full pull. And that's why it's important to do a little homework before you go, because there's a lot of dead water on lakes. So this is the Navionics. Like I said, I can go over the whole lake and just cover, you know, all the different spots that you'd want to see. And like I said, so I'll zoom out and just give you a little look of our lake. This is Stockton Lake, and it runs north and south. Kind of this one runs a little bit southwest type deal, but our wind always blows across this way, and then when it switches and we get it goes that way. So those pockets that you're looking for are the ones that are protected from the wind when the bass want to spawn but still get sunlight. So you can eliminate a lot of water by doing that. Okay, so secondly, after I've found those spots and say, well, those really look good, I want to fish them. Now I go to Navionics. All you do is type in Navionics. It has the free app that you can use on your computer. And then you go look at those spots, them same spots. I'm going to be putting in right there, that spot right there, and then go around to the corner and get back into this area right in here. This is where we were looking at, and I can kind of zoom in and just see what I'm looking at. You know, you can see there's a split right there. It goes back into the creek bed. There's actually an old road bed right there. Bass, anybody knows anything about bass, them bass will set up on that road bed, and you could just work that road bed. You got a split right here where the two creeks meet and go together. Another great spot. Just perfect area. Spawning areas back in here. There's your shallow spawning area. It's protected by the wind. Great spot to fish. Then that other spot was over in here. There's a creek bed. You got a creek running up in there. You got several little high spot humps. That's only 13. That's 16. You got a little pond right here. Just great little spots where you could start over in this area working jigs, you know, swim baits, crankbaits, deep diving medium diving crankbaits. Come on around the corner and work this area here. Just gives you an idea what I look for when I'm going to go fish, knowing by what time of year it is, what time, you know, what water temperature is, where the fish are probably going to be located. And that's not a complete science, but it's just a good guesstimation. Like I said, you can see the whole lake, and, you know, you can fish. It doesn't matter where you put in. If if I was putting in on the north end of the lake, I'd be looking for the same kind of structure. But since I'm putting in down here, because that's where my boat's stored, I'm going to be putting in down here, and I'm just going to try to stay as close as I can, you know, and fish the area that looks good close. Anyways, that was the look at Navionics, and that was the look at the Google Pro. Okay guys, like I said, we went to the computer, and that's what you need to do before you ever head to the lake. Especially if you're going to a new lake, that's the best way to find spots to look for, is just go to Google Earth, then use your Navionics, kind of looking for the creek swings, look for humps, look for, you know, ledges and stuff. That's where the bass are going to stack up. They're pre-staging, and this time, you know, it's early spring. At least in my lake, the water temperature is right around 50 degrees. So they're getting ready to stage up on them. You know, the creek swing turns up on ledges. Waters come up. If the sun comes up, they're going to go to the bushes where it's flooding out. But like I said, it's not really hard. You got to play with it a little bit, you know, figure it out, you know, how to use the Google Earth Pro. You really can't mess it up, so just try it. And then you get the free Navionics. You don't have to go buy the card. You can actually look at it on your computer. And they also have a mobile app that you can actually use your phone as a chart plotter on your boat. And that's what I did for a long time before I ever bought the Navionics Platinum card, is I just paid the $10 and put it on my phone, and then put a mount on my boat with the maps on there and use the GPS, and it followed my boat, and I could use my phone as my actual map of the lake with my phone. So that's an inexpensive way to do it if you don't want to spend $179 or whatever it is. You know, they're not real cheap, but you know, it's an easier way to get the maps for the locations, the depths, and finding all the structure, is by buying that little mobile app for 10 bucks. Anyways, check it out. Next time you get ready to go out to your favorite lake, just kind of look and see where it is. Look at the water color, look at the water temperature, and you can find all that stuff online by looking up your lake. Look at the Google Earth Pro, and look at the Navionics before you ever head to the lake, and you can increase your chances of fishing tenfold. Hey guys, I'm Keith Allen. Please take somebody fishing. Appreciate you watching. Check that box, subscribe, share with your friends. We're trying to grow the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.